see spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Get yourself a serving, maybe two. Talking Bulls basketball is what we do. Get your garlic bread and your dish of the week on spaghetti and meatballs. Oh yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't forget the Parmesan cheese.
Well. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Spaghetti and Meatballs here with a little bit of a different tone. Trevin and John Z, how you doing there, buddy?
Trevin, we've reached a point on the show that I didn't think we'd get to. Let's just say that.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
I didn't think, and I'm not going to do a spoiler here because I want to get to our normal format. We got some things we need to talk about, but I'm to a point that in the last 2 years of us doing the show, I didn't think I'd get to.
Yep, we're about as low as we've ever been.
Yep, we are. I'm pissed off. I'm rock bottom. I'm looking for answers.
Yep.
Not
a whole lot of light at the end of the tunnel here.
No, there's not. Hey, let's say a little bit positive. You got any shout outs?
You know what? I'm going to give a shout out. I don't think I've ever given a shout out to, I'm going to the little bro, Stenman.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever given you a shout out, and you're always on it.
He's on Twitter.
Liking everything, sharing everything. Listen, I said something to him one time, when you leaving or something, and he texted me back a picture of us being broadcast up on his TV, and he's like, "Oh, I just got to finish this episode." So,
yeah,
there's you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, he's always tweeting our stuff, retweeting.
Yeah. I don't know what took me so long to give him a shout out.
Yeah, for sure. I have one. I've actually shouted this guy out before. His name's Eric Gomez. I take class with him.
Yeah.
And he's a follower of the show. We did this asynchronous class a couple weeks ago where it was the guy couldn't be there, so we had to meet online, do some stuff. New class, you just had to tell your name, your role, what do you do, hobbies. And everybody puts stuff, and Eric puts, I'm Eric Gomez, this is what I do, this is where I'm from, my hobbies, listening to spaghetti and meatballs. You just got to appreciate. So that's a shout out to my guy.
Played. Yes, appreciate that. Nicely done.
My guy, I go Eric Gomez, although he did, I was hesitant to take the Bulls -1.5. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know. Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm worried." This is Tuesday night. And sure enough.
Son of a gun.
And
two good shout outs there. Appreciate both you guys.
I know our normal format is to get into like the trolls and the people, but there's so many right now that I don't even think we could. It's just hate.
There's a lot. I did run into a good buddy of ours over at Max Meat Market here in town. Bodacious dude is not doing well. Oh, he's hurting, John Z. He's hurting.
Let's just take off the fucking gloves here.
Let's get right at it.
We are playing absolute dog shit basketball.
Okay, let's do a little bit of a recap here of our emotions of the season.
Yeah, of the last week, 10 days.
Right. Well, it's all kind of the same. We feel really good. Things are going good. We beat a bunch of good teams, and then all of a sudden we lose to a bunch of shitty teams, and it goes back down. We go to Paris. We have a good game against Detroit, right, and a nice 3-game winning streak. Come back against Indiana. Looked good in the first half. Or no, we beat Atlanta the night before. And then against Indiana, looked good in the first half. Fell apart completely in the second half, and then looked like absolute dog shit last night against Charlotte. So
you came out slow last night. You got the leading into the third quarter, and then an absolute just shit the bed.
Completely. Against a 13-win Charlotte team.
And they have 5 home wins.
Oh, man.
5 home wins. And, I saw a tweet, I don't know if it was Daniel Greenberg or if it was our guy KC, but he said all those times we look at the Bulls schedule and we're like, oh, there's Charlotte, there's San Antonio, there's Orlando. Every team's doing that and saying, well, here comes Chicago, so we can get right. And I was like, God dang it.
Yep. No, absolutely, man. That was, I mean, we kind of joked around about it a couple weeks ago, how the Bulls schedule was going to get easier and how that might actually be a bad thing. And
it was like,
we were right.
We get Golden State. Oh, all right. We play a bad Detroit team in Paris, take care of business, come back, beat Atlanta ahead of us.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah, because we play. Yeah, I forgot the game before that was against Golden State that we ended up winning. That was a good game. And then, like you said, Detroit, and I don't know. I guess that's where we're at, guys. We are at the point where, like John said, we never thought we'd be there, but it's time to sell off and get what we can get.
Yep. And guys, we say that as, the diehard spaghetti and meat bulls. Here we are.
Yeah.
We're saying this for the betterment of the team.
Yep.
Trade Vooch.
Yep.
I've been seeing today, and it can't be accurate, that the Bulls are looking for 2 first-round picks for AC.
I saw that same report. I'm assuming that's just where you start and asking, because you're not obviously.
We get 1 first-round pick for Alex Cruz, so I'm pumped.
Oh, yeah, agreed. So I don't know, because I guess that is the positive, is that we do have some assets that we could trade.
Right.
But this whole time we've been hearing the front office doesn't want to make any big moves. And we were along with them on that.
Yeah, we were.
See any big trades just for the sake of making a big trade, give them a chance. Well, you're out of chances.
You're out of I guess my question right now is, who do we keep?
Yeah, that's a good question. P. Will is still untouchable.
P. Will to me is an untouchable.
I mean, obviously no one's untouchable in the league, but in terms of this team, he's the one that I would try my hardest to hang on to. You would really have to blow me away with something, because he's only 21. He still shows flashes. Not to mention, if you were to trade a DeMar or a Vooch, all of a sudden P. Will's getting a lot more opportunities.
Yes. He's our 5th option pretty much, like in the starting lineup, at least 4th.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it right away. P. Will, to me, and I know he's my guy, I think we hang on to Kobe. I'm not going to say he's an untouchable by any means, but I think what we get like back on the dollar for him at his age makes him a little like.
I agree. And again, if other people are moved, it frees up more minutes for him. And he's been on a tear lately.
Yeah.
He's been in double figures quite consistently.
I think you hang on to Io.
I would definitely say you hang on to Io. You hit such a home run with drafting him where you got him at, and you got to hang on to him and try and develop that kind of a two-way player, especially a homegrown.
Honestly, the only other one for me, and this might come as a shock, Dalen Terry. We don't know what we have.
Yeah. And
he's a first-round pick. He's 19. Like, what are you getting if you trade him?
Plus, he's so enjoyable to watch on the sideline. That just for nothing.
And I know you and I have always been on the same page about trading the young guys, but it's like you drafted him, 17, 18 overall?
Yeah.
So it's like he's been in the G League. Like, you don't even know what you have. You're not getting back that value for him. So, why get rid of it? It just doesn't make sense. Not that I'm, sold on this Dalen Terry, he's going to be a superstar, but, why? It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Like you said, you don't know what you have there. So you don't want to trade that away, especially because it's not like anyone's going to overvalue him and offer you a first-round pick in return or something.
Yeah, we're going to give you the 15th overall pick here. We're going to give you a lottery pick for Dalen.
Right. Exactly.
And other than that,
I mean, okay, so realistically, I don't think that they trade Zach. I don't. No. Not that doesn't mean that they don't get offers for him, and not that they're not interested in trading him. But I think in the first year of his max deal, I don't think you're going to get enough in return to make us, and he's still young enough. He's still
Yes.
a superstar, quote unquote.
Can I stop for 1 second? Because along the lines of us saying we never would get to this point, Zach LaVine better start figuring it out, man, because I'm about as close to Frank Murray level here as I've ever been on Zach LaVine. There are stupid shots. There are stupid decisions. There are you're going to go out and say you have a bad finger. You can't hit the three. You're, what was it, 7 for 37 in your last three. Why do you keep doing it then, man?
Yeah, that's you're right. That's the biggest gripe out of all of it. You need to adjust.
Yes.
You need to just keep attacking the hoop. Stop. Like last night, I forget the exact time. Less than 2 minutes to go. We're down by like 6. He comes down and pulls up at like a 27-footer, like just jacks it up there. And again, has not been shooting well. So yeah, I'm with you though, man. Hey, if we could get value in return, I wouldn't.
The Bears tore it down, and we got the number 1 pick, and we got some cap space. At least that gives me optimism.
Yeah, right. Well, and then if you end up hanging on to, again, I know we've talked about, hoping too much on Lonzo, but you could still have a decent young core to work with.
Yep.
But
it's just like it makes me sick when I look at these other teams, and it's like OKC, Detroit, Indiana, like maybe not Indiana to an extent, Orlando. Like I look at these teams and I'm like, yeah, they suck, but like you see where they're trending and it's up, and we're just like treading water of mediocrity and like.
Yeah, I know, and I, because for a few years there, we went the tank route, and we were young. We couldn't get anything better than the 7 pick. But it seems like instead of riding that out a little bit, we just pulled the plug on it. And I get, we get a new front office, and they come in and they want to
make it relevant and
right, and it seemed like. I mean, I was in love with what they did at the beginning.
Yeah, me too. I
was all for it. So I thought, all right, but I guess now we're at the point where they've shown that they're not afraid to make a deal and shake things up. So hopefully they'll do it again here and get some valuable pieces in return.
Like if we could, and this is me like with absolutely no knowledge of the trade market or anything. If we can trade a Vooch, DeMar, AC, like those 3, and I've heard Draymond. I've heard Andre Drummond.
Yeah, same here.
And I saw Io. I don't think they should do it, but it's like if out of those 5, and I won't even count Io, out of those 4, if we can get like 2 firsts and 2 seconds, I'd be pumped.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think you could get for Vooch in return?
He's a free agent.
Yeah, I know. What a second round pick?
Yeah, second round pick.
Yeah, so that's not. I mean, I really think AC is probably your most valuable, just because of what he does and his contract.
Now, DeMar has one more year too, though.
Right.
Well, I would say like DeMar probably lands us like if we can get whoever you want to say, like it's in the playoff hunt, like a Utah, you know, like somebody that's like on the edge, You got Phoenix down there without Devin Booker, like needing to, you know, it's got a team that's windows open, needs to. I don't know. I'm just
Well, and that's the team that it's going to have to be. It's not going to be, the Wizards making a trade for DeMar or somebody like that. It's going to be one of these teams, probably out west, that's in a playoff push. Same thing with AC. And hopefully you can get lucky and these teams get desperate. I know, like you said, Utah, they've got a fair share of first-round picks.
Yes, they got a ton of first-round picks.
Yeah.
They're middle of the road out there in the West, and it's like, hey.
Right.
You
can have a legitimate score appearance.
Yes.
Lowry. Yeah.
So it's like I think DeMar can get us a first. I think we'd be freaking lucky to get a second for Vooch because he's 32. He
Yeah.
hasn't been playing well. He's
Yeah.
going to be a free agent.
Yeah.
I think AC brings us the most.
Yeah. I heard that both the Knicks and the Warriors are scouting out AC, and that there was it was mentioned the first round from Golden State, a first round, or possibly James Wiseman.
Oh, hey, I take that
number 2 pick that is not panned out very well out there.
Hey, why not?
I see, and I thought the same thing. Like that would buy into young players building together, kind of put us in the same mold of those younger teams. And
yeah, Golden State probably going to make a deep playoff push, and it might not be this year first round, but it's like what does that get us? An end of the first round pick? Like, give me James White if that is truly the offer. Like,
yeah, well, and because I mean, realistically, if it's going to be one of these playoff teams, depending on what year if they're available to trade this year's or if you have to wait a year or two. But I don't know. It's just fascinating sitting here that we're having this conversation right now.
Here's my question. I know like we are like far removed, but like you said the Knicks. You know what I would be interested in there? A little 2-for-1. We give you AC, you give us Cam Reddish and Derrick Rose.
Oh, I'd be down with that.
Oh, I'd love it.
I'd be down with that.
I like Cam Reddish, young, athletic, long, like hasn't really got his shot out there. And then D Rose, one of my all-time favorites, is coming back. Yeah. Help us where we need it. Tutor Iowa a little bit.
Yeah, like kind of be that veteran.
I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad because I know they're trying to move on from what's that guy? Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin. I don't want Obi Toppin.
No,
I don't want an undersized, like small forward.
I remember when he came out when he was in the draft, and some people were connecting him with the Bulls, and
I was like, all I had
nothing to do with him then, and I want nothing to do with him now.
I just remember him at Dayton, like dunking all the time. I was like, all right, okay. So did Tyrus Thomas.
Yeah, right.
Did all the time. So and goaltender, like,
yeah, exactly.
But here's my other. We hit rock bottom. We're saying trade off any asset we can get. But I'm going to also say this, that if we trade nothing, I'm still going to support this team because I do think they're probably in the playoffs. They're like first round exit, but I'm still going to be there supporting them. Yeah, I still hope they win. If they have the current roster, like it does nothing for them to lose. So it's like, all right, I'm still going to be there tomorrow night in Orlando cheering you on.
Exactly. Let's just play this thing out and see where it goes because I'm with you. I mean, I think that's a good point to bring up. It's not like if they don't trade everybody, I'm going to, turn my back on them and be upset with everything. I'll be a little disappointed. But honestly, I think that would be more of a not getting the value for what you have.
Right.
More that than, oh no, I still believe in this team that we're going to, or, that they're going to actually do something in the playoffs. But
right. And it's just like, to me, the argument remains to trade all assets. I feel we're treading water. Vooch is going to leave. I think DeMar after next year wants out. Like, I don't think he and Zach fit together. I'm not saying they don't like each other personally.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's like Zach to me is a more like fast pace in the flow of the game. DeMar wants to systematically back you down, get to his shots, which I love. I love DeMar.
Oh, me too. He's probably, I mean, just off the top of my head, he's top 3 favorite Bull free agent signings.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Like what he did last year, that was fun, dude, and he's pretty much doing the same thing again this year. So
he's fun to watch. Like it's like does everything the right way. Just a team guy. Like I love DeMar.
Yes, I never appreciated the mid-range jumper more than I do.
No, and I'll be sad. Like I would be sad when they trade him, but I think they need to. But like you said, if he's there, when's the deadline? February 9th?
Yeah, we got like 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks.
There after February 9th, then I'm cheering him on. So like,
yeah, I think we just gotta play it out and see what happens here. But I'm still surprised we're having this conversation.
Yeah, because like if it's,
I never thought at the beginning of the season, even after they started bad, people have been ringing this bell and, calling for them to trade off pieces for a while now. And we've stayed the course.
well, I mean, it was Tuesday night. I'm checking it online. I text you, are the Bulls back?
Yeah,
Said,
I know. I texted you, we're rolling, baby. We are back. And
we're going 4 in a row. We're going to be going 4 in a row, like in our last 4, going into Charlotte. Then we're
going to be 500 by the weekend. Well, yeah.
On other news, have you heard anything about Lonzo? Geez, mind blank. Like, is there any light at the end of this tunnel?
No, and now I heard that Javante's still not doing anything on the court in terms of jogging or jumping or anything like that. And his was supposed to be just like a
week to week, like
a little cleanup. I think they expected him to be.
Well, he came back like that. Remember, like he came back and then he was like out again, and we never saw him again.
Yeah.
So like to Billy's credit to the Bulls, like we are playing without a starter and a 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th man. Like
for sure. It's just the thing that's disappointing. And I was watching the post game the other night with Will Purdue. Yeah, did you hear what he was saying?
No, why don't you go ahead? Because I think I did, but it could have been from the other night. So
just in terms of the lack of leadership and how it's not even a lack of leadership, but a void of leadership. And I hate to agree with him, but I think that is this team's biggest problem is, a team with the right type of leadership wouldn't have let them lose that game in Indiana. They wouldn't have lost that game at Charlotte. And I'm not saying anything bad about the guys on the team because I like them as players, but it doesn't seem like there is it doesn't seem like there's a voice in that locker room that can
and like
bring it all together.
The only one I could see them even listening to would be DeMar, because I think they view, and honestly, this is the way I've been seeing it lately, is Zach is like a selfish, me first type guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the locker room, and you and I are around the guys when we do like these like little team things that they do that we get a pity invite and we show up.
Right. But they don't want to show everything when we're there.
Yeah. Like we did that Wii bowling tournament. Like that was fun. Like,
oh yes. Speaking of Dalen Terry, man, he can roll on Wii bowling, dude.
You know the funny part about that night and Dalen Terry is I saw him eat freaking 8 fillet of fish.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like I was like, dude, this dude is destroying McDonald's right now.
He had a wild time that night.
He had a good time.
He was feeling it. He was feeling it.
So it's like Zach is just like really pissing me off lately.
I feel a little duped by him, John.
I do too.
I feel a little duped. Like he was kind of this player before, and then like last season, and a little bit the season before, you could kind of see him maturing. He was getting better every year. He seemed to be improving his basketball IQ.
Yeah.
And then he gets his max deal, and all of a sudden he's like back to this.
But here's my thing: he was gonna walk, and we would have gotten nothing. And at the time, there was 0 like free agents at his caliber. So it's like, why not? Why not? Like,
and I agree with you. I think, in hindsight, you'd still probably go back and do the same thing because there's only so many of those elite scorers in this league that can do it on a nightly basis. But so you don't want to give that up for nothing. But I don't know. I just feel a little. I thought they had their superstar, and
I'm with you. I'm going to read you some free agents for this next coming year and see if any of them interest you.
All right.
Some of these are aging guys. You have James Harden. For me, that's a pass.
Yeah, no thanks.
Chris Middleton.
I could see that. I could see that working. I wouldn't be opposed to that. The only problem is he's hurt quite a bit. So
Miles Turner.
yeah,
How about this one? How about a D'Angelo Russell? What do you think about him? I know he's a point guard. Like, we don't have.
Well, I wonder now, are we thinking of this as if we don't make any trades?
Yeah, if we don't make any trades, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be sold on Russell.
These free agents suck.
Yeah, nothing good out there.
There's like nothing. There's like nothing on this.
See, that's why it makes you feel like even more like we have to make some trades here. And
yeah, there's like to me, I'm looking for like athletic young guy. Like Kelly Oubre's on there. I'd take Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
That's it. The rest of this list sucks. There was one other guy I was like, oh yeah, I could take that.
Yeah, maybe this guy. Yeah, I was I wonder.
Oh, it was Kyle Kuzma. I was like, all right, I could handle Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
But I'm rock bottom right now. I really am, Trevin.
Rock bottom. I hear you. I'm looking right now at the teams in the West, if any of them. I wonder if the Trailblazers feel like they can make a move.
Like if you have DeMar and Dame together, like that's formidable.
And right now they're 2 games out of the play-in spot. So they might have a few interesting pieces that might be a little bit appealing. But I'm going to have to sit on the old NBA trade machine here the next couple of days and see what we can cook up. Because it's going to take a team like that to make a deal, It
is. And, okay, we had talked about, let's see, the Utah Jazz, and they're
right above. They're in the Thunder's who we should be talking to.
Oh my God. But you know what? In this, let's see.
They've got the picks, and DeMar might look good in a Thunder uniform, or Vooch maybe. But again, you're not getting a whole lot for Vooch. They have, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of first-round picks over the next 5 years, 20-some first-round picks.
But the Jazz have 3 first-round picks in this draft. 2 in the next, 2 in the year after that.
Oh, see, so they're loaded too because they've got all those from that Mitchell deal.
And Rudy Gobert.
Oh yeah.
They have 2 first-round picks for the next.
And they're the team right now in the 10th spot.
Yeah, so why not take DeMar? Why not take Vooch? Give us something.
Yeah, maybe that's a move. You package them together and maybe you get a little bit more for Vooch.
I don't know. I'm just.
Well, yeah, I know you got to get rolling here.
No, I got a few. I'm just saying, I don't know where to go from here, and it's just
okay. So, I think this will be the front office's. Let's see what they can do here.
Yep.
I think this will say a lot about if they can somehow turn this debacle of a season into some valuable assets.
Yes.
I'm on board. But if they kind of stand pat and don't do anything, like we said, we're going to follow them die hard all the way till the end.
Yep, we're sticking with you.
But
I'm not saying we're a first round matchup versus the Bucks. Nice knowing. I'm gonna be yes.
Oh,
exactly. Game 1 tonight, baby. I'm gonna be
exactly. That's
for it. So
yeah, I think it's a chance to see what we have in the front office.
Yep, I'm with you.
And then if we are able to move some pieces, I think that would be nice for P. Will's development. And possibly Io's too, although I don't feel like he's necessarily getting a lack of shots or anything.
No, but it's I don't know.
So we'll see what happens. I don't know. The next Well, yeah, what is the trade deadline? The 9th, the 10th?
Yeah, I think it's the 9th. So if we can get, honestly, like you said, I think you made me feel better. Like it's out of our hands, it's out of our control. Let's see the front office do what they do.
Yeah.
See where we end up here.
Because it's not like what they did with this team was terrible.
No.
At the time when they got Vooch, everybody knew that was too much to give up. But it showed that they were willing to, like, hey, we're going for this. We're not just going to sit back. And after a few lean years, it was nice to see.
It was.
And I think Vooch, in his defense, he is not worth what they gave up. However, he has been a valuable piece to this team when they're playing well.
You're right.
And when DeMar's, out there, and when we had Lonzo, so it's not like they completely failed at putting this roster together. There were some flaws, and unfortunately, those really came out to show themselves. But
I agree. But I feel better. So we have Orlando coming up. Let's just we're going to try to win games.
Yep.
That's all we can do. We're going to win games. We're going to see what happens, and we'll be back next week to talk about it with you guys.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll see what happens. Hey, did you RSVP to that All-Star game celebrity dinner, whatever's going on before?
Okay. Here's my question. I saw that in our inbox. Do we each get a +1, or are we each other's +1?
I don't know. That's what I was curious about too. We're gonna have to contact some people.
We got to get our ducks in a row here.
Yeah.
Before we potentially show up with our wives and there's only 2 tickets at the door.
Yeah, right. That might be a little awkward.
Because when they invite just the meatballs, we turn it up.
Oh, you got that right.
If we're with the wives, things might,
we got to keep a certain dignity to ourselves.
Yeah, but I thought that that should be fun, and it looks like they put us up in a nice hotel, so it's gonna be fun either way. We're gonna figure it out.
Either way, yeah. So,
all right, Trevin. Well, this was fun. I'll see you in 1 week.
Yep.
Guys, thanks for listening, and as always,
that's Dente.